Hello. I am gonna check the audio here real quick. As per usual. I think the title screen will probably be good. While I wait for that title screen, then we'll watch this opening here. It's not a very eventful opening. It's pretty much just like a castle or something. I don't know, like a gem castle. Something of the sort. I also realized I have peppermint in my mouth, so hopefully you guys can't hear that. Maybe I should dispose of it before we get started. Doraemon's gonna scream at some point, just so you know. So if the game is really loud and I can't hear it, then I'm sorry. Doesn't sound like the game's very loud though right now. Oh, are these like the 3 areas that have the gems? So, hey Alex, how's it going? I am trying to get this audio balance here real quick. New game. I really should like get... I have a stack of post-it notes. Oh no, I gave them away. I forgot. I used to have a stack of post-it notes. I was like, maybe I should write down the audio values for games. How you doing tonight, Alex? I haven't had a chance to check out your website yet. It is, whenever I stream, I pretty much come home, make dinner, and then, get ready to stream, so. I saw this apparently this Dragon Dude is, like, created by the Dragon Ball creator or something. Like, his design. Toriyama? Does that sound right? Dragon Quest dude? Here's Doraemon's scream. Doraemon! Okay. I think this is fine audio level wise. I'm gonna boost it up like two little pips. Two tiny tips. Alright. And then let me tweet this out. I figured I'd probably wait until after I get everything set up to actually tweet some stuff out. Also, Alex, I need to send you... I've ended up making a Discord group thing. I haven't actually published it yet, but I thought maybe that might make it easier for me to keep track of people when they message me. Sometimes like my personal messages get so busy, I don't look at them nearly as often. So I'm gonna throw this in here. Where's my Twitch thing? Okay. Hey! If you're unfamiliar with this is Doraemon, and I believe it's the 3 fairy stones or something along those lines. It is the first Doraemon game for the Nintendo 64. I mistakenly labeled it as the 3rd one because there's a 3 in the title, but it's actually the 3 fairies, not the 3rd Doraemon game. So, all right, and let me get my audio back up. I think I have my audio here now. And this is basically like a Mario 64-ish like game. I played a little bit at the end of Resident Evil stream. Ooh, that's really loud for me. Doraemon is screaming very high. Oh, yeah. I'll definitely try to share it around for you. That's an interesting contest. Like, what is it for? Is it like so you like, is it for a specific class, or is it like a school-wide thing, or what? Make a new game. I think this is the difficulty mode. Let me see. I pulled up a guide here, and this actually has a translation of the menus, and I was trying to read these menus earlier, and I could not figure them out. Okay, it looks like easy is the, is maybe the default setting. Wait, which one's normal and which one's easy? I don't know, we're gonna do this one. Well, whichever one's fine. I don't think we're gonna have too much trouble with Doraemon overall. Oh, cool. I had a web design class in high school, and it was real bad. My school did not have any kind of web design software. It was like, what was it called? Like Microsoft Screens or something like that. It was real rough. I like this little blue lady. She's cute. Unfortunately, when I'm streaming, I'm too nervous and have a very hard time trying to dissect this text. So, but I'm gonna guess there's not that much text in this game. So I think they're just gonna go through it. I'm gonna guess it's probably not very important. Question mark, question mark? This is also a children's game, so it's probably... I think all of this is katakana and hiragana, though, as far as I can tell. So, like, if you were learning Japanese, this would probably be a goodish game to start with. I'm sure there'd be plenty of words you don't know, but... I'm pretty happy using some of the themes that I found online with WordPress, but obviously that's not web design, that's having somebody else web design for you. So, oh no, yeah. I don't remember what caught my attention with this game. I think it was just like a cheap Nintendo 64 game, and I guess I probably did look at some gameplay and was like, huh, this is a weird like 3D platformer thing. There's actually 3 games in the series for Nintendo 64. I don't know if it got better. I did see IGN gave this game like a 2 out of whatever the score was, 2 or 3. So, but based off what I've played, I think this game is probably better than that. Although I guess I don't know if it's like a 2 or 3 out of 10 or out of 5 or what. This game seems alright as far as I've played, so it's obviously you're not gonna get a Mario 64 out of this game, but you get maybe like a Mario 64 like experience. Oh, sad man. Yeah. This is Blooper. Are you Shuri? I can't remember. I think you've been in here before. Maybe I'm just mixing you up with somebody else. Ah! I like these little like character portraits. Pretty fun. Hey. Her like in-game model's face is scary in a way. For I don't know, like I think it's because her mouth is open, or it looks somewhat open. I was watching a while ago a video on Final Fantasy VII that was like talking about the different versions of Final Fantasy VII that's out there, because there's the original release on PlayStation, and then there's like the PC release that was based off the like a pre-release version of the game. Like it wasn't a final version of Final Fantasy VII. And in there, I think they mentioned that the PC release had all the characters with their mouth open all the time. So like, when you're playing the game, everyone was just like all the time in the way they weren't in the PlayStation. I don't know. I have stopped trying to digest this text. I think I get too flustered on, like, I get flustered and nervous on stream to really try to dig into this dialogue. Like, when I was playing First Kiss Story, I was reading as much text as possible. But I don't have the confidence in my hiragana or katakana skills anymore, unfortunately. At least not in a public setting, unless I'm just trying to find a specific word. That's part of the problem, like, part of why I don't really want to stream. Like, it's very tempting to stream Japanese games, but, like, I like trying to read the text, too. This is actually a lot of text, but it's hard. It's hard to do that on stream, and I don't think it's very exciting. Like the frame rate, it just like dips so far down with all this fog. I don't know, I just, like, if I were sitting here spending, like, you know, 10 to 20 seconds on every single one of these dialogue scenes trying to figure out what they're saying, it probably wouldn't be very entertaining to you guys. I'd spend, like, half the stream on this opening cutscene. I don't know, maybe I'll come back and look at this later. Because this is actually a lot more text than I remembered at the beginning of this game. I'm gonna guess it's pretty simple, just like, oh no, the Fairyland's in trouble. Doraemon, come help us. And Doraemon and your children, I guess. Whoa, that got really smooth all of a sudden. I wonder if they just like have an uncapped frame rate here, and it's just like if you can. If we have a scene that can go above a certain frame rate, just do it. Because that, when I was looking at the water, it was actually really smooth for a little bit. You know more than me, because I did not realize Doraemon was a robot cat from the future. I just thought he was a weird cat thing. He apparently has a kangaroo pouch. Wow. But yeah, I didn't even know they aired it over here. I'm surprised. Was it like dubbed, or I assume if it's on Nicktoons they dubbed it. Like, I can't imagine Nicktoons releasing Doraemon with Japanese dialogue. That seems like such a weird thing. Like, I doubt they're trying to shoot for an audience that was like hoping to appreciate the traditional Japanese Nihongo Doraemon. Or Doraemon. Deku Tree. I've only played the first like 2 levels of this game. A cat marsupial robot. Yeah, okay. I figured it was dubbed. It is interesting, like, what stuff came over back then. I remember, I think it was on, what's that? It was like Fox Kids or something, or maybe it was like the Fox Box. They had some anime. I don't remember what the actual anime name is, but is the localized name was Shinzo, I think. And the opening song was like, "We're going Shinzo," and like it just seemed like some weird budget anime, and they just like bothered to localize it and dub it and everything. It's like, sure, Fox Box. This is a lot of text, man. I'm surprised. Question is, I don't know how much text is in the rest of the game versus this, but I don't recall there being any text after the opening cutscene from what I have played, so. Wulin Warriors, that might have been it. I can't for the life of me remember the Japanese name. I don't think if you even told me I could remember. Hey, he's got a door on his head. Yeah, I don't think about like kids shows I watched very often. I don't have great dorkentry. I don't have a great memory from before I was 18. So like kid shows I don't think too much about, and I remember, you know, one thing about this game is that everybody has a really annoying jump noise, so get ready for that. And we also have a blue Navi there. Okay. Alright, I am ready. Doraemon is ready. Oh, apparently I need to do something to... Oh, you know what? I probably need to go in the door. That's probably what they want me to do. On his nose. Or maybe it's back up there? Is that where it was? We're almost there. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. There we go. Alright, we have a door. Doraemon is holding the door in his stomach now. I don't think I have a way to get in here yet. But yeah, let me think about what shows I watched. I mean, I watched a lot of Cartoon Network stuff, like Ed and Eddie. I can say that. I don't know. Powerpuff Girls? I guess I watched pretty normal stuff growing up. Like, but I just don't have, like, I think there's like, I feel like I see a huge fondness for, like, shows people watch with their kids, and I feel like I don't really have that much. Like, I like them. That's not to say, I'm not sitting there saying, like, oh, those shows were just for kids, though. Like, I'm here playing Doraemon, man. I know what's up. Kids games can be cool sometimes. It's okay. And they don't necessarily have to be just kids things. Oh, boy. Sometimes they can, be interesting from an adult perspective, too, is my feeling, at least. But I'm also not like, oh man, yeah. Ed and Eddie was my childhood, my sweetheart, and my, what's it called? I do feel like I'm seeing that stuff more often on, like, Twitter, though. I see a lot more, like, Ed and Eddie, like, clips and stuff, and, like, cartoons from that era. But maybe it's just the people I'm following. Alright, Doraemon gets a gun, by the way. I recently imported, or have ordered, the Game Boy version of Doraemon 2, which I think is like either an adaptation of the NES game, or the, alright, I think those guys spawn forever. Either adaptation of the NES game, or just based off of it. Or maybe it's just a straight port. I don't know. But he gets like a realistic revolver in that game. You can't see it. The bullets just come out of Doraemon's face, but that's okay. But yeah, he gets like an arm cannon in this game. Probably a lot more child friendly. I feel like there's a chest down here. I need to, like, I had a conversation recently. I joined the Famicom Dojo Discord. I've been a fan of Famicom Dojo for years and years at this point. It's probably a decade or more now. I don't know what this is doing. Is this like freezing time or something? I don't have any enemies to have any kind of context. Yes, it was freezing time. Okay, that's good to know. I think this might be a chest down here, but I might have to come back for this chest. I don't think it's here the first time. But, oh yeah, there it is. Get them seeds. But yeah, and I was talking to him about, what was I talking about? Oh man, I already forgot what I was talking about. Everything's getting great. Oh, Nintendo 64 games, because there's the Retron Ultra 64 thing that's come out. It's like a, I assume it's going to be like the Retron 5 kind of thing, where it's like an emulator box, but, you know, it has HDMI out, just easy to play, rather than running Doraemon through a, like, $300 FrameMeister. you can just plug it into this thing and just go. Although I think it's still like $150 for it, but you know, not a lot of people are gonna want to research upscalers. I don't know how much the FrameMeisters are right now either. I wonder if the open source scan converter like made them cheaper, or if they're more expensive, because I know they were having some like issues getting the chips and stuff like that. That's unfortunate, yeah. Like, well, I just did a great job there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, as I've gotten older and I have started to realize that a lot of this stuff that like is not like released in any kind of physical form, gets lost pretty quick. When something's at a company, it seems very, very uncertain whether or not, I feel like the camera's off center this week, but I could be wrong. It's very uncertain whether or not you can ever find that stuff again, and so like you end up with that cases where like, you know, you have a YouTube camcorder recording of some dub that happened. So I don't know. Did they release any kind of like VHS in the region or something like that? Because I wonder if there's like some kind of limited release. Oh. I missed. Oh, there we go. Ow. I don't know if I can hit him multiple times. There we go. But yeah, I actually watched the Google Stadia stream today, finally. I forget if that was yesterday or if that was earlier today that happened. But, like, I don't want to seem like an old man and be like, hey, you know, streaming stuff is kind of scary. Because like, just like, not from an owning perspective, there's the argument of like, hey, you know, you own nothing kind of thing. But you know, you basically are just funneling money into these companies and you don't really get anything out of it outside of making experiences. But then there's also like the growing belief that like, hey, I don't want to have a bunch of junk in my house. But in that situation, there's not really a standardization of preserving that stuff. So, you know, it's terrifying unless we get like some kind of standardization of how we preserve games and stream movies and stuff like that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, I will say like I'm excited about Stadia to some extent. But, you know, it's not... I actually need to go back to that area again. I know where I need to go next, but there's some boxing gloves I know I can get there. And I want the boxing gloves. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being, like, a grumpy old man. Maybe in the future people won't care, but, like, I feel like we super feel the effects of any kind of thing being lost like that. Like, you know, if a library was burned down, like the only way things exist sometimes is because, you know, people were making like copies of it in other forms. Like, I don't know. I feel like history has shown that every time we start losing media, we come to regret it. Pretty quick. Like, I don't know. Admittedly, there's just so much these days, it's hard to preserve. Like, when I die, like, my website goes away and all that stuff goes away. And not that anyone will care that will happen, but... but, you know, even before I die, like, if I just stop paying for my hosting stuff, you know? If I'm just like, oh, I don't care enough to continue to support this thing, I'm gonna let it go. You know, then it's gone. For most of my stuff, and there are some exceptions, I keep local backups of them at the very least. So, which I know is probably overkill, but I just worry. I worry someday I'll be like, oh dang, I wish I kept it. Like, a good example is Narcissa. Narcissa, right? She was like a really big speedrunner, and then Twitch changed their rules for how they archived streams, and she just lost all of her streaming, her streamed content. Like, she had no, other than very specific highlights she had no like evidence of this stuff happening. I mean, there was evidence, but it was just very, like, you know... I think you're the one who gives me the boxing gloves, right? Yeah. But, they just had no evidence of, or nothing to, like, kind of look back on, I guess, as... Unfortunately, for various reasons, her stream kind of exploded on itself, and is not a streamer anymore. But yeah. I don't know anything about library-only games, actually. That's interesting. I never thought about that. I did have a Blockbuster-only game, I think. Is it Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine? Was that only sold at Blockbuster? I bought that a while back ago because that game looks really cool. I would like to play through it at some point. That may end up becoming a stream game. I feel like my streams are just like, hey, I've been wanting to play this game for a while, therefore here I am. Come on. I think killing this guy gives me like an extra life or something. So, and then once we're done with that, I think I can leave this area. And then once I get past this next area, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore, so we'll have to wander for a while. I just have happened to play this part of the game before, so. And this is pretty straightforward. I ended up, like, how I found out those boxing gloves are there is basically I just got stuck and just kind of wandered into this area again because I didn't know where to go. And because I didn't find the seeds the first time. And so I had to go try to find the seeds, and while I was trying to find the seeds, I found the what's it called? Oh no! It's shoot! I forgot I can only have 2 bullets at once, so like I just started charging at him instead of shooting. Oh, come on. But yeah, game preservation scares me a lot, but there's also not a lot we can do until we figure out some stuff, and I don't think we're going to figure out anytime soon, so I shouldn't worry my mind about it too much. There's not a lot I can do myself. Shovelware was libraries? Oh, what is this? Is this like a camera change? Wait, what? I don't know what this A-B thing is in the corner here when I press R. Maybe it's different types of cameras? Let me see. I can't tell what the difference is if it's a different type of camera. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, so we got our gun, and we got our boxing gloves, and we have our seats. So, can I save at this dude? Yeah. Okay, I think he saved. Hopefully. We'll make sure before we leave. I don't think I've ever played as this dude before. Let's play. Oh no, you know what? I have to play as the girl right now. Actually, oh, I can't change because I'm technically jumping, even though I'm not jumping anymore. All right, I need her for the this part. Am I having network issues or is it you? Let me just double check my frame count. I don't think I have any drop frames, so yeah, I think it's just you. I'm sorry. You should, I don't know, internet man is kind of, speaking of Stadia, internet is kind of a nasty thing as well. I actually have decent internet, but I pay a lot of money for it, so. And I don't do any like phone or TV stuff, so like I'm not doing any bundles or anything. Nintendo seems to hate preservation. I'm trying to think if Nintendo seems to hate preservation any more than anybody else. Alright, because I think what ultimately happens with Nintendo is that they go to, you know, preserve their content, or, you know, what they view as preserving their content, and everything else gets kind of swept up in it. I don't think they're particularly going after, like, you know, when they go after ROM sites, they're like, hey, get rid of that California Raisins game or else kind of thing. But, you know, the fact that Mario is listed alongside California Raisins is the problem. I don't know why I'm talking about California Raisins all of a sudden. I guess because California Raisins is like, hey, nobody's ever gonna license this game again. I say, but then that SpongeBob game is getting an HD remake, which I would think a game like that. Okay, this bee is messing me up. I'm getting out of here. I would think a SpongeBob game like that probably wouldn't get re-released, but apparently it is. That is an invincibility thing. Oh, let's get over here. Yeah, I'm interested to see the tech. Oh, come on, get out of there. I'm interested in seeing the technology. Like I said earlier, I'm scared of it from a preservation standpoint, for sure. Because, you know, the biggest argument I see from a preservation standpoint with Stadia is that, like, oh, well, all of our games already hit, like, an online server, or all of our games are getting patched immediately anyways. But the thing with that is that even if we have made game preservation more complicated, with you know, the current model of video games, it is still solvable for the most part. Like, most games can be preserved under proper conditions, but again, it's not always great that that's going to happen, or it's not always, you know, guaranteed that's going to happen, but it is possible. Where if you're doing streaming, the game literally does not exist anywhere. Like when you patch a game, those patches go to your hard drive, and it is out there. Dang it. It is out there for people to you know, have and to dump, and then in the future, you know, we'll have to modify our consoles, but you can get a patch on there in some way. I trust that if you can't already patch games through a soft modded console in a way that doesn't require internet connection, I think we'll get there. And as long as people have the files, we'll be able to do it. Versus, and you know, like with something like Destiny, you know, it's difficult because people need packet data, but again, you know, there's private servers for games all the time. Yeah, so with streaming, literally nothing exists outside of the company, with the exception of the video. So the media around the game will still exist, but the game itself won't. You know, it only exists as long as the company allows it to exist. Or the other answer, and this is how a lot of stuff still survives today, you know, even the stuff that's physical, is people will steal stuff from work. And, you know, that has saved a lot of stuff in the past. Okay, I don't want to kill this guy. He is murdering me, though. So, yeah, Stadia is, it's a thing. So, I mean, the problem with Virtual Console is, I mean, like, it wasn't really a problem. Like, the servers were eventually going to go down. It's a Wii thing. So, it's going to happen eventually. And thankfully, you know, like I was saying earlier, even though that stuff is gone, people have downloaded that stuff to their drives and have made it plenty easy for you to pirate those games onto, what's it called? So not as important for Virtual Console, but for WiiWare, important that those things still exist. So, hey Sherry, how's it going? Okay, so you are Blooper. I wasn't sure earlier. Sorry, I was like, I think Blooper is your name, but also sorry, I don't know if you wanted me to actually use your real name or not. I'm really bad about that on stream. Like, Anthony will show up in here and he's like, oh, here's my username, and I'm like, Anthony. I'm gonna keep calling you Anthony. How's it going, Shuri? You doing good? I have finally committed to playing this game all the way through, so I am ready to complete the Doraemon. Although I need an air tube. Where did I get that air tube last time? Ah! This is as far as I've gotten in the game. So I'm now at the point of I don't know where to go next. So I will try to figure this out. But yeah, like I don't know. I think anyone who's playing games right now is nervous about Stadia, and I don't know if Google's the one to figure out like the streaming stuff. Like their model seems very not great. Like you know, you pay for the service and then also you're paying for the games on the service. I guess some other places do that. I think like Hulu has like premium content. I'm gonna die because I know I can't get that without the health. I don't know. It's just a weird model. It's not really a weird model, but like I think Hulu and stuff does that, and I guess Hulu's successful. I've heard Hulu in particular in Japan is very successful. So yeah, I don't know if I don't know. This looks like a Mario 64 tree, like cut it and pasted into this game. Here's the Nintendo 64 tree. Is this anything? Oh, did this go away because the door was... I locked the door? Or I didn't unlock the door this time? What did I do last time? I feel like I pressed... No, I pressed the rock down, which brought the platforms out. It didn't unlock that door. Okay. I'm trying to... Ow. Bunny, please. Oh yeah, Mario 64 is cool. Or not Mario 64, sorry. Mario RPG, I don't know why it said 64. Probably because I have 64 in my mind. Yeah, Mario 64 is a really good game. I mean, I played it like, I don't know how many years ago at this point. I guess almost 19 years ago. So I was about to say, it's a game that really holds up. And then I have no idea if it holds up, I should say. Well, that didn't help me much. I was kind of hoping I was going to be able to get around this corner. I think it's just a death corner. Okay. Where did I find that air tube last time? I didn't pick up an air tube already, right? Let me just double check my inventory. Is this it? Whoops, nope, that's how you leave. Well, let me check my inventory while I'm here. Is this it? There we go. Okay, I did get the air tube. I don't know who uses the air tube and for what, but we have it. Alright, so let me think about this. We have boxing gloves. I think he uses boxing gloves. Let me save real quick. Nice. I feel like there's this thing that's always confused me about the game, and I'm sure it's 100% like there's a logic to this. But I think it's like Gino has like a move where he like throws a star or something. And like I think the first few times I used it, it did like max damage for some reason, and I still don't know why. And then at one point it just like stopped doing any damage, so I stopped using it. So I assume there was like some enemy that had a particular vulnerability. Well, like every time I tried to use it in the future, it was just garbage. So hey Zero, how's it going? How far are you in Mario RPG? Like, is it I forget how long that game is, like 20, I guess it's like if it's like a Super Nintendo RPG, it's probably like 20, 30 hours, something like that. Did you finish hacking your names into Persona Q, Zero? Alright. Let me see. What do we got going on over here? I don't see anywhere I can really go here. This first level's pretty limited, so I have my doubts that there's anything left here. Like, it's pretty much just this path here. Punch the bunnies. There's like that weird spire over there. Let me take a look at that. Nothing back there. Oh no, this isn't a spire, it's a thing, and this is a clock. Okay. Which I already got this. Okay, yeah. Have you played other Mario RPGs, or just, or is it just this one? I don't remember if you played Paper Mario or not. Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm just basing my experience off, like, I feel like Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 are like a good, like, 20, 30 hours. Like, I feel like you can get through those games pretty quickly. I never technically finished Mario RPG. I got to the very end of it and then lost my copy at a relative's house of my mom's fiance at the time. And so I was on the last boss and I didn't beat the last boss. So I just went to my uncle's house who had a save on the last boss and beat that. Okay. I don't see anything here that looks promising. I don't really understand why I have boxing gloves here. I gotta stop acting. You have to be standing still to teleport. What did you say, Zero? Oh, you did get it. Good job. Cool. What did you have to use? Like, did you have to patch? Like, I assume you have the physical copy. Did you have to, like, are you running a digital copy of the game that you're patching, or is it like some other method? Oh. Air tube. Oh, it's like a breathing in the water air tube. For some reason, I thought it was like a propeller of some sort. Okay. All right. Well, this is new territory for me. I am unfamiliar with air tube land. Oh, Alex, I did see that. I did see you're having some problems with your mom getting a copy of it or something. You got an underwater car, apparently. Oh! Underwater boxing. Punch this clam. Oh no. Oh no, I can't punch the clam. That looks so silly. Alright. There we go. Oh, get out of here. Okay, Partners in Time was pretty good. That sucks that it got stolen though. Was it like a oh, somebody borrowed it and never brought it back stolen, or did someone literally just steal it? I never got my copy of Rogue Squadron back for the GameCube. I really should replace it someday. Admittedly, I have like 5 of someone else's PS1 games. I offered to give them back, but they said they didn't want them anymore. But it was years down the line that I offered to give them back, so I can't say too much. Give me this treasure chest, man. I want it. I want this treasure chest, please. Oh, it's like Castlevania 64, click right to do. What does that say? Sumoru. I'll cheat and let Doraemon tell me what it says. Small light? I think that's what that says. So I guess it's if we find a dark place. Oh, ow. Somebody hit me. That's what I get for trying to read chat. Alright. Oh, jeez. Give me your... I don't know what these little things do. I assume if I get 100, I get like an extra life or something. Ow! I'm doing great. At least you have like plenty of health, I guess. Okay, jellyfish, get out here. These limbs are so tiny. I do like that they give you some pretty generous reach, though. Let me see what's going on with chat up here. Oh, nice. Is PQ2 running like did some text appear on screen? I didn't see. Is PQ2 like? Is the physical copy seem pretty rare? I know Yokai Watch 3 was pretty hard to get, but... Oh, yeah. I know you and Jake Cherie get to the joy of everything... everything getting crushed all the time in the mail. I was at Jake's house when he got, I think it was Fire Emblem Heroes or something? Or not Heroes, the Switch Musou game, and and it was just destroyed, and he just like threw it on his table. He's like, I'm so mad. Like, I don't know, shipping collector's editions in like little envelopes seems real dumb. I don't understand it. Oh. I need to pay attention. I'm trying to read your story, Cherie, about what's happening, but these fish don't want anything about your stolen Mario and Luigi, but it sounds like it was left at somebody's house, and then they didn't want to give it back to you. I can't say like too much. I feel like I have borrowed my fair share of things in life and then never gave them back at some point, which I feel bad about. I think today I'd be a lot less likely to do that. But when I was younger, it wasn't like anyone was bothering me for them. Like, the thing is that like basically it was never asked for again. And then it just kind of fell into the depths of my home. Or I guess my stuff, and then it just kind of got left there and then never was returned. I'm gonna guess whoever had them probably doesn't miss them that much, but I did get some copies of Symphony of the Night from my stepdad because of that, as well as some other random junk that I'm sure my stepdad at the time, or my stepdad probably doesn't care about the PS1 games missing from his library. I think I have Hot Shots Golf, what's it called? Oh, we got like a little crevice here. Is this back out to the like the beginning area, or am I somewhere else? I'm somewhere else. Okay. It sounds like I might be forgetful in the same way Cam is. I remember, so I don't know why I did this when I was a kid. I was like a super big Nintendo fanboy, like during the DS era. Like I was like full on board Blue Ocean Strategy, excited for Nintendo to get their waggle touchy games in my life and everybody else's life. And hey, you know, it worked actually. It actually worked very well. But like I wanted, like, the DS cartridges were so small, and for some reason I wanted to impress my uncle with the DS cartridge. I don't know what the logic was. I was like 14. I don't know what I was thinking. And so I was like, I'm gonna leave this DS cartridge on his armrest and see if he notices and sees if he comments on how small the cartridge is. But he more or less was just like, hey buddy, keep track of your stuff, don't lose it, your parents paid for this. And I was like, oh no. That completely backfired. I don't know why I was like super interested in like him being impressed by the size of the DS cartridges, like I made it small or something. Does that say Taimuhu? I'm so bad at reading katakana and hiragana anymore. It's a hiroshiki? That's like the thing where they tie up the, what's it called? The tie stuff up into bags, right? I have no idea what to use that for, other than I know like people would wrap their bentos up in it, but being a teenager, I was kind of a terrible teenager, honestly. Like, not really terrible, but I don't know. I don't feel like I was a great... I feel like I was kind of awful. Not really awful. Like, I was well behaved, and I pretty much stayed at home and just played video games rather than like did anything bad. But like, I don't know. There was something. I had some weird complexes, I think. I don't know what it was. I don't know how to put it into words, so I'm not gonna sit here and try. Is that everything over here? I guess that was. Oh, there's another treasure chest. And is that a shark? Punch a shark! Alright. I really like that they give you the boxing gloves underwater. That's just really dumb in a great way. Shunmaiku. Is that like a microphone? Yeah, it's a microphone. I don't know if I talked to this guy. I don't think I did. I'm hoping none of that text is going to be important. Okay. For games not showing up on launch day, Alex, do you do like any kind of special shipping, or do you pretty much just do the normal stuff? Because at least, well, like I guess I guess it depends on like where you're buying stuff, because like Amazon, I've had Amazon give me like day and date games if I buy them without any special shipping, but it seems really hit or miss. Like, and then when I was a kid, I used to go to the stores like on day of release, but sometimes, at least in Georgia, sometimes the stores wouldn't have them for multiple days, and I think the logic at the time was that they're coming mainly from the West Coast, so like you didn't typically get across the country in time to you. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Talk to me, little dude. I'm gonna punch you. I already talked to him, actually. Okay. All right. I think we have completed this area now, unless I can. Oh, that's just the dude. Is there anything up here? Oh, there's a shore over here. Is that a crystal? Is that one of the crystals that we're looking for? Or is it a piece of a crystal? Oh, there we go. Yeah, the DS cartridges are not that small these days, but you know, compared to a GBA cartridge, they were definitely smaller. Let me save real quick. I should actually try to read this text and make sure it's saving. I assume it's saving? Let me try to actually read the text this time. Data save deyo desu ka? Well, it says okay. Is there like an option to back out of it? Oh yeah, you can back out of it. So I'm probably saving. Let me look at this car again. See if somebody pipes up about being able to drive the car now. Yeah, I think, man, being a teenager, I think I literally cried. Oh, I like how this corner is. I want to see if I can get out of this wall real quick. I think I literally cried. I think I just accidentally touched the car through the wall. Also, why is the Hiroshiki... Also, this car is talking. But I think I literally cried when I could not get a copy of Final Fantasy XI Chains of Prometheus at release day. But I mean, I was also like a Final Fantasy XI MMO addict, so... Yeah, you can touch the car through the wall. I mean, the car is literally right there, so you don't even have to worry about it, but... Oh, is this my small light, too? Oh, I'm racing! Is A go? I guess so. This is prequel to Mario Maker. They gave your little dude a car. This actually controls all right so far. It's slippery, but in a way that feels good. It's like a good kind of slippery. Oh no! But I did hit the wall. The acceleration on this thing though is a nightmare. Also, I don't know if I can get lost in here. I think I might be getting lost in here. I'm pretty sure I'm turned around now. Alright, well, oh, this looks promising. I just don't know where that dude is. I think letting go to the accelerator is a pretty good way to get around the corners. Like that. Am I spinning? Okay, no. Alright. Well, I read the chat and drove into that wall. My apologies. I mostly buy on Amazon now. I actually have this program at work, which I kind of was against when we first put it in place, but it has been helpful. It's basically like if you do something well at work, or help somebody out, you can give points to each other. It's called Bonusly. And I got here, but did I get here on time? Yep, apparently. Submarine? Okay. And I winked. But it's like called Bonusly, and so it's going pretty good. We're making some progress. But basically you can give points to each other, and like those points you can trade in for money. And then so I have basically bought the last 4 or 5 games I've purchased through that program alone. So, you know, it's just an addition to my current salary. So it's just like a nice thing. Yeah, I just got done driving a car. Underwater, I think. Even. Let's see. This world doesn't seem huge, so I wouldn't be surprised if we finish this game. Aha. Wait, what? And does anyone have any other stuff? Oh, he sings. I don't know, I don't know why that rock disappeared. Like, I thought this was like a small light. Why would that disintegrate a rock? I feel like I must be like not understanding. Do you have anything yet? No items for this guy yet. Oops. And then how about the girl? Does she have anything? No. Alright. I don't know what use the singing is gonna be, but we'll try to sing a little bit. It does not seem very promising so far though. We might stick with the really the real answer is Doraemon guns, probably. Oh, okay. I hear stuff moving. Oh, you know what, Shuri? I don't know if I've talked about it much in chat, but in the Splat chat, but I'm playing through Final Fantasy 15 right now. Oh, can you sing while running? Oh, he just has like a different thing when he jumps. Okay, there we go. 15's all right. I'm enjoying it. I went through like the sewer dungeon last night, and it was fun. It was the sewer dungeon in particular. I don't. Well, I mean that is killing them. The sewer dungeon in particular was pretty rough. It was very confusing. I think it's a side dungeon though. I don't think it's a required one. Can I shoot that? Or sing it? Let me try shooting it with Doraemon. Does not seem promising. Let's try punching it. But it reminds me of a Final Fantasy, or the sewer in that game reminds me of a Final Fantasy 11 dungeon of just completely annoying, and and if you fall in one spot, the game just hates you and will cause you to. I'm hearing things moving. Just don't know what. Okay. And then just like they just make you go redo a bunch of stuff that's real dumb. I don't feel like this wall was out before. So was there a platform back here I didn't stand on? I have those. I know that's not a great series of thoughts for Final Fantasy 15, but I'm also playing a video game, so. Remind me what your opinion was, because it's been a while, so. Yeah, so in that sewer dungeon, the X button, like, you have to put ladders down for, okay, there it goes. Oh, maybe I just have to wait for the walls to finish moving, is what it is. But as soon as you put or if you try to put a ladder down to open up a shortcut, you jump, and then so like I jumped off so many ledges trying to put down ladders. It drove me crazy. I have no idea what's happening right now. Stuff is moving It sounds like it's moving up there, though. And I don't think I can move this wall. Also, there's a fly flying around my room. Yeah, and yeah, I would agree with you. Like, the character development feels like super light at the moment. Like, admittedly, I've been doing side quests, but like, I feel like nobody's ever had any sort of development other than just like the cute chatter, which I like the cute chatter. The chatter is really fun. But yeah, it seems like a Yoshi. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I might. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could do here. Let me try to push this. No. Can you push your big dude? I was are you using what model of 2DS 3DS are you using, Alex? I got the 2DS XL, and the hinge on that thing is real loose. I like it overall, but I don't know. But that hinge in particular is just like, oh boy. It's like the weird thing. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. I don't think I have to unhook anything to do this. But like the hinge on the 2DS XL, like has a ton of give to it, and so like there's just not really a great position for it. Like when I hold the system in front of me, the screen falls down like that, and like it feels too angled, so I want it to be up, so I'll like push it up, but I can't do that, so I have to like lean it back further in a way I wouldn't normally do it, and then I have to like keep it there to keep the screen upright, or else it falls back down. So it's kind of inconvenient, but it's probably fine. Yeah, that jump in 15 is a nightmare mess. I don't know what they were thinking with that thing. I'm surprised they never addressed it. There's a lot of things in that game I'm surprised they never addressed. Like, equipping magic is like weirdly cumbersome, as well as making magic. I really feel like they should have streamlined that stuff at some point. I'm surprised they didn't. I kind of expected to come back to the game and it would be quite a bit different, but it feels actually surprisingly the same. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to drive this or drop this this system on a driveway. I know that's been the fate of every single 3DS I've had. It's like literally every single time it's dropped on not only a driveway, but a different driveway every time. So my hope with this one is that A, it will never leave my house, B, I don't have a driveway, and then and so maybe I'll be spared from the driveway curse. Well, I don't know what to do here, and I feel like I might not have the tools to do what I need to do here. So I might go try to explore some more in the main overworld, because I feel like I need to find something that lets me do something here, like push this button thing. And I don't really have anything for that right now. Although, hey, wait a second. So what did that do? So can I get a different combination of buttons down? Also, I need to shoot these things because they're gonna drive me crazy. Well, or not. So this one brought this out, right? Yeah. I didn't do anything. Can I bring this one back up? Wait, did it go back up? I did lose my staircase. What is happening? I don't understand. So this one came back up. I don't understand this video. Oh, the original. I always heard really good things about the original 2DS. Actually, I know it's limited in a lot of ways, but I hear it feels really good overall. And it doesn't. It probably doesn't have that weird, like, you know. I'm gonna leave this place. I don't like this place right now, and I don't know if we can go somewhere else. So let's see if we can go somewhere else first. It was a refurbished one from Nintendo is where it was. So it was like $100 to get refurbished, which isn't a huge savings, but I didn't really. Yeah, I guess that's the only place I can really go right now, because that door didn't open. Let me just double check there's nowhere else in the water down here I could go. It wasn't a huge savings. Oh, there's like a crystal cave down there. But it was enough to make me feel better about getting a 2DS XL for now. And I don't plan to really take it out of the house. It's gonna be pretty much exclusively a DS streaming thing. And I think I already talked to you about it, Alex, but like I'm probably going to okay, so we got a new place to go here. This is the submarine? Okay. But I was able to get the 3DS video out stuff working through stream, which is not great, but you know, it's better than nothing. So I'll probably have a stream at some point that goes through some 3DS stuff to just test it out, see if it's something I can only do capture with, or if I can actually stream stuff that way. Yeah, the 15 magic system is it's like, I feel really good about using magic when I have it, but it's just so much of a pain to equip over and over again. I don't know. I'm not sure what they were thinking with that stuff. I do hope that 7 remake is more polished, but I think at this point, like, I will play that Final Fantasy 7 remake. I'm pretty excited for it. And I think I've talked to Zero about this off and on, and other people, but like, it's kind of crazy how long we've been in like the same Final Fantasy worlds. Like Final Fantasy 15 was announced as 13 verses in like, what was it, 2006 or something crazy like that? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. And Final Fantasy 13 was announced alongside that, and then Final Fantasy 14. You know, that trailer, apparently that was showed off at the E3 2005 Xbox conference for Final Fantasy 14. I didn't even realize that. But, you know, Final Fantasy 14 is based off Final Fantasy 11. And so it's like we've been kind of stuck with the same Final Fantasy worlds for 13 years. And I think what I like so much about Final Fantasy is just its ability to adapt between each game and like just present something completely new. And or like, you know, at least a setting that's new with like, you know, different style of gameplay and stuff. And you know, 13 and 15 are definitely very different, even though they started out, you know, under the same branding per se. But again, we've been familiar with those worlds to some extent for years and years. So I'm really looking forward to see like what is the next new Final Fantasy world. And I hope it's not just Agnes Philosophy or whatever it was called. So Agnes Philosophy? I think Agni would be like the very Western way to put it. Agni? Maybe it's, I don't know. This cameraman. Can I do anything with these? I don't know if anyone has a higher jump. I think they do have different stats. Yeah, she has a higher jump. Okay. I always call this girl the Carrie Fernandez of Doraemon. Because Carrie has the secondary costume for Carrie is a little pink skirt as well. So, her hair doesn't go into bow ties. There's my, oh, I thought that was a submarine down there. I don't know where I use the submarine. But Carrie doesn't have bow ties, but her head is kind of shaped in this like triangle shape too. So, can I push boxes? I guess that's the next question. I feel like if anyone could, it would be him, because he's a big old boy. But, okay. Mickey Mouse! is there any benefit to this happening up here right now? What is even over there? I see like some kind of fiery thing. Is there a first person mode? No. I'm starting to think this pirate ship doesn't have anything on it for me right now. Let's patrol the underwater place. Yeah, the 7 stuff looks like I'm fascinated by the idea of like trying to convert 7 into a modern video game. Like that's gonna be really neat. I'll be really curious what they end up cutting and what they keep, because there's a lot of weird stuff in that game. So yeah. Although like I don't know, like I feel like like Final Fantasy XIV has a lot of diversity too, but it's an MMO, so it's kind of like a lifestyle thing. Like I think to some extent MMOs always have to be like a world you want to be wanting to live in, and so they have to add like a bunch of random stuff. You can play whatever that one weird game is. I forget what it's called. Lords of Vermilion in Final Fantasy XIV for some reason, and then Mahjong, you know, Jake's favorite Final Fantasy XIV game. I don't see anything here really. So let's back out here. I do like that we can go to all these places, even though I don't like have what I need to get around. It makes it feel a bit more like open. Is that a hole? Or is that just a rock texture? That looks like a hole. Down we go. Alright. Literally just a hole. Cool. Thanks, video game. Alright. Oh, these are also holes, though. Are they? No, these are just... No, these are holes. Let's see what's down these holes. Nothing. This reminds you like in Master Quest where you have to like look through the walls to see where the torches are. I think that's it. Alright. I'm gonna back out just in case there was any stuff I missed, but otherwise I would teleport out. I wanna do squats in HD. I think there's this in Final Fantasy 14 again. There are these NPCs that have like a squatting animation the whole time. All right, I think I'm stuck here right now. And in the in the like Final Fantasy 14 census thing where they like talk about like how many people are of what race in the game and stuff like that, they had how many squats these guys have done since the beginning of Final Fantasy 14. It was some ridiculous number of these guys just squatting over and over and over again. Oh, which game was it, Alex? Was it PQ2? I know Zero modded it because the names were different or something. Or there weren't enough, I like this invisible wall. One thing I really like about Mario 64 is like there's that wall in that one area that has like the water with the giant Cheep Cheep in it, and they don't even care. It's just like, here's just a wall you can push up against that's like invisible. But yeah, I think in Persona Q2 there's like not enough characters for the names or something. Okay, we can't go in the Crystal Caves yet. For the canon names of the series, so he had to mod it. Which seems like a very silly thing that they didn't allow you to have enough. Like, I don't know. Like, I would think you would want to like let the characters have their names, but I don't know. Adding more things is too much work. All right. Is there anything I missed here? I'll probably try to play this game today with no guide, but if we get into the next stream, like after, you know, an hour or so without any progress, we may consider looking at a guide. I'm going to guess the way they got the number of squats is they pretty much just looked at how long has the game been online. And because my friend had noted, he was like, oh, that's really silly that they're tracking that. And I'm like, they're probably not tracking how many squats these guys have done. What they're probably doing is count, like, how many frames of animation is the squat, and then how many frames of animation of that squat happens in a second, and then, you know, in a minute, and then an hour, and then you basically just compare that time with the uptime of the game, and then you could just do the math and figure out how many squats they've done rather than sitting there and tracking it or something. So that's probably that's my guess of how they tracked that. So because it's literally, they're looping non-stop, so you know, it's not, there's never a period of time that game is live and they are not squatting. So oh, that stinks. That's right. I remember you saying you want to do emulators. Like, what are decent emulators on 3DS? Is it mainly like 16-bit stuff, or is it like more? I know it seems really weird. Like, I think the Wii U and the Switch are doing like PSP emulation now and stuff. Like, it seems like people are really willing to just kind of go out there with emulation on different platforms. I think possibly because like the architecture of more modern platforms are more standardized, and so it's a lot easier to actually do like a proper emulation. I'm not seeing anything new here, unless I can fish to those or sing to those little crying guys. I'm gonna guess I wasted my time coming here, and I might just have to solve the puzzle of the ground rock things, ground switches. Yeah, I'm sure that's why in the Japanese version. I'm just surprised they didn't like address it in the US release, but localization is hard, right? Also like the resources were the people available to work on it, you know, like I remember a lot of like old localization stories seem to be like, oh, the programmers moved on to something else, therefore they don't have time to implement this for the US release kind of thing. But I feel like I haven't heard of that stuff in recent years, so. Alright, I'm going to check behind this little mound, and once we check in this mound, I'm going to teleport back out. Yeah, nothing here. Okay. So I think we're good underwater right now, other than the pirate ship, but I didn't really find anything at the pirate ship. So let's look at our inventory and see if there's anything of note. Microphone's a weapon. We could go back to the seed place. And we could also go back to the buggy place and see if there's anything new there. I feel like it has to be the buttons. Like, it just feels right that this is probably where I need to be. But I feel like I'm just missing something in terms of the puzzles. Which maybe I'll look up this thing, because like I don't know if there's some text that's supposed to be explaining what this is. So if I recall correctly, this pushed that down, or up. So let's not touch that button for now and see what happens. I do like this music a lot though. Alright, there's a second door here. So I'm gonna guess pressing that other one brought this wall up is what happened. So I'm probably need to look at the symbols on these walls, and those are probably the button symbols, but I don't feel like I ever saw a button symbol for that one. Oh, okay, so that's the button symbol to get past here. So I have to get around here, but if I put this wall, if I put this up though, I think that covers the other area, doesn't it? So what I probably need to do is memorize what symbol this was, which I think was a moon and a star, or something of that sort. It's some kind of moon looking thing. Or she or something like that. Like the character she. I also don't know what causes me to press these buttons down. Like, I know these buttons came down at some point. Yeah, see, there it goes. Maybe the detection's on was just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving the game too much credit. Okay, so that's covered that wall, and then I need to open the wall over here that has the weird, like, moon-looking thing on it. Okay, so that's moved that. So the question is, do I need to open all of these, or do I need to only open some of them? Let's just start with that and see what happens next. So I need to close the door now, which is going to be this one over here. Okay. Is it the... No, it's not that button. There's gotta be... Like, I don't understand the logic behind these buttons. Oh, there's Discord for 3DS. Okay. Yeah, interesting. PS1 on 3DS sounds like a nightmare, but it's cool that it exists. Okay, and then I need the arrows. Okay. Well, does Atlas usually dub their games? Or, like, I feel like a lot of Japanese games will come out undubbed just because that's what people want, typically. I could be wrong. But I feel like generally, I do feel like there is an audience of people who like dubs, and I say I generally like dubs overall. I don't mind Japanese like voice acting. It's just very rare that I can it's very rare that I can appreciate Japanese voice acting. I think one of the rare cases recently was Team Innocent. I was able to get into the voice acting of that game quite a bit. I think Saki just was a generally good voice actor, although she's only voiced like 3 characters over the years, including a Dragon Ball Z character in a fighting game, actually. One of the weird like side spin-off Dragon Ball Z characters. Yeah, I'm coming in to the 3DS either at a good time or a bad time. I mean, I've had a 3DS all this time, but I've recently been wanting to pick up 3DS games. So I'm hoping I get stuff fairly cheap, but I feel like at the same time, the collector's market is kind of a thing where some things just never get cheap. So I feel like, you know, Persona Q2 is probably gonna be one of those games that just forever retains its value. I lucked out Cherie on Yokai Watch 3. The only reason I have that game is because my friend drove across town in Arizona and went and got me a copy. And I was very thankful, because otherwise I doubt I would have ever, whatever. This is like the, we're at Emil's house in Nier Automata. That's where we're at. I don't know what that was, but it's dead now. So. Have you played any other Yokai Watches, Cherie? I haven't picked up 1 or 2, but they're at least pretty cheap, so I don't. Part of me wants to play those games first, but I know that I probably won't play through all 3 Yokai Watch games. Okay, there's a thing at the top of that house or thing. What am I going for right now? Because if I get the crystal, it's gonna kick me out of this place. I hope it's the treasure chest over there. Oh, Strange Journey wasn't dubbed? I didn't realize that. and I'm not a part of this audience, but I do feel like Atlus's audience probably typically wants their games undubbed. Like, I would think that, you know, most people in that fan base would prefer that, or at least the option to, you know, the option to choose the original Japanese voices. So if they're doing that, then maybe it is a sign of them kind of giving up on those games if they don't bother to offer an English dub. All right, we're good. Although I think this is a crystal area. I think I see something floating up there that kind of looks like a crystal. Or maybe it's a bat that's going to jump down and start attacking me. Alright. Yeah, I think I should have went to the tree first. But, we'll... Oh, well, now I'm going to go to the tree. And I think we're going to microphone our way up there. I feel like, especially with like a re-release of a game like with Catherine, that they should do like, you know, both. But I know like dubbing is weird, like or voice acting is weird because it's always like, you know, you're contracting all these people and they have different terms and stuff, and like sometimes a Japanese voice actor needs a lot more than an American voice actor for their voice acting. I assume that's the reason why a lot of games would go out of their way to, like, I assume sometimes dubbing your game is cheaper than paying like high-profile Japanese voice actors. Just get some, like, you know, pretty typical anime dub kind of stuff. Yeah. That's a cute bomb. I don't know where I'm gonna use it, but I have it now. Okay. And then let's just double check the waterfall over here before we leave. I don't think there'll be anything down here, but we can swim. Oh, there is! I was smart to check the waterfall. Some kind of hoop. Oh! Oh! Does she throw bombs? Oh, apparently she throws bombs. The angle on this is pretty awful, but... I'm apparently falling very behind on chat. Do you think like the Atlus's like stuff is just really down to Sega purchasing them? I feel like for the most part Sega has benefited from Atlus being involved, but maybe I don't know how much what's it called has benefited Atlus itself. Like I assume Atlus probably isn't getting the great end of the deal maybe there, because you know they're working with a larger company, I guess, at that point. I'm trying to think of like logically how that would work, but maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. I'm also barely ever buy or play anything from Atlus, so I'm probably very far from the person to ask about Atlus. So. Ooh. Yeah, I would like, I think my concern with Yokai Watch for me is I will, if I play 1, I'll never get to 3, and I'll go straight to 4 at some point, or I'll want to go straight to 4, but, I will limit myself by the order of which the games that came out, which is a problem I have with, like, games like Yakuza and stuff as well. Okay, so I think we just want to jump across over here. I don't know how I'm supposed to get to that platform at the moment. So I think I'm trying to just force myself not to get trapped in that hole of, well, I gotta play the first 2 kind of thing. Because Yakuza, I'm on Yakuza 2, and it took me like 8 years to play through Yakuza 1 and 2. So, you know, me getting to Yakuza 0 is gonna be like 2040 or something like that, so... I like, oh man, like, I feel like with Japanese dubs, like, I think if I played Nier in Japanese, I wouldn't think anything of it, but the dubs for Nier are so good in a way that, like, just makes me fall in love with that voice crew, and I really doubt I ever would feel that way with a Japanese voice cast without without some understanding or knowledge of the language. But I think I'm pretty. Is this gonna hurt? Yeah, okay, that hurts. Goodbye. I don't know why he's there. Is he just there to scare you? Oh no. He's there to make you fall, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Alright, let's get back to... I think this guy runs the fastest, if I recall correctly. And yeah, the Japanese pronunciation changes in Persona 5 sound terrible. Although I found the pronunciation changes in oh man, I'm falling so far behind. I found the pronunciation changes in Persona, or not Persona, Enchanted Arms for the PS3 to be very charming. But that game is charming for its bad voice acting already. You'd have literally the same like cutscene. And you'd have two characters calling a character different names. So you'd have like Toya being like, "Don't be so hard on Atsuma Makoto," and then Atsuma would be like, "Mikado, give me some of your lunch," or something. Oh man, Enchanted Arms is a bad game that I love. It's not a bad game. It's actually a pretty good game, but it's got a great bad dub. Kaine is really good in Nier, yeah. Kaine and A2. I mean, A2 feels kind of like a low-rent Kaine in a lot of ways. The problem... I don't want to get into Nier Automata very far, but the problem with A2 specifically is they just don't ever utilize her. God dang it. I didn't jump. I'm sorry. They just don't utilize A2 very well, and like by the time they utilize A2, I don't want to get into spoilers, but... you already know, Cherie, but A2 kind of has like a change in the back half of the game that the story kind of forces upon her. And at that point, she kind of becomes a different character in some ways. Like, she's definitely still A2, but she has a different purpose in the story. And I really feel like A2 was underutilized in that game. 9S, I feel like 9S gets his moment. Like, I want to say 9S feels underutilized, but he gets his moment. He gets to where he needs to be in that game, I feel like. Although I've seen some critical writing about how 9S is like a character that is too predictable for some people, and is too much of like the knight in shining armor kind of character, which I don't really agree with, but I think I can kind of see it, especially if you're looking at Nier in a very specific way. So, all right, I got this. I think they're maybe like little bean pastries of some sort. All right, there we go. Only took me 4 tries to jump over that tiny pit that had no real danger in it. Time is it? 8:30? We got a good hour left. Okay. All right. So here's the question. I feel like I didn't really get anything from doing that though. Like, I got the thing. I have bombs now. That's what I got. And I also have... I have bombs and I have... the hula hoop. But what would I use the hula hoop for? I think the bombs might be for the pirate ship, so let's go to the pirate ship first. I think the pirate ship's over this way, actually. Oh, for some reason I thought you could go around this rock and get into the water still. Alright. Yeah, 9S is my favorite character of that game. I feel like pretty much in Arc C, when 9S starts going to the towers, that's when Nier Automata gets good for me. And I actually really like the back half of Nier Automata. Like, I know I complain about that game a lot, but the last 3 hours of Nier Automata is pretty top notch. Like, it was everything I wanted out of that game in some ways. If only because they took all the stuff they kind of presented to you in the game early on and just paste it in a way that you're just kind of like getting rapidly hit by a bunch of things. Like in terms of like you're switching between a ton of different mechanics back and like not really back and forth, but like it's kind of shuffling you through some stuff really quickly. And I like that a lot. I like the pace. Like piecemealing that stuff to me through the rest of the game earlier on wasn't really doing anything for me, but like having it all as like a single segment there at the end of the game was great. So alright, so I have my bombs. I still don't really know what to do with that thing there. I'm guessing I can't reach it anytime soon. But let's see if we can blow up these boxes. I feel like the frame rate gets really good there. I don't know, Alex, if I really understand what that means. Ow. Like the, it being janky because it was aimed at Japan. I'm trying to think about this. Or sorry, did you mean P4, Alex, for the second part? Because you said the first part was translated by Japan, and then the second part was translated by Americans. Oh wait, this platform goes up. Let me go up and see what's up here. I didn't realize that earlier. I need to play Persona someday. Is this just like... I feel like there's no purpose for me being up here other than just to be up. Alright, let's see if we can blow up these boxes. That doesn't look likely. Maybe the smaller boxes? And I feel like there's nothing here that like triggered any dialogue. So that makes me think the items don't matter. Maybe I should try a different character. Maybe one of the characters can walk up slopes or something. Okay, let me see if somebody can walk up slopes or something real quick. If not, we'll go try the Crystal Cave again real quick. Did this dude ever get anything? Is he just still him? Just the dude? The dude with glasses? I'm gonna guess Doraemon can't either. My friend, people pronounce names as if they're Japanese in Persona 5. I could see that coming off as, am I dumb? Is there a thing back here I can just walk into? Don't question. Don't question. I'm a cat. Meow. My friend recommended 3 to me. The problem with 3 is it sounds like the, like, I would probably want to play the PS2 version where you can, like, have an overworld and stuff. And it sounds like that's battle system wise is not the greatest game. Whenever I can't shoot these guys, I think maybe they might not be evil things, but apparently they always are. Alright. Let me see, maybe I gotta kill these. Let me try killing these crabs real quick. But Persona 4 feels like the Final Fantasy VII of Persona, so that feels like the, hey, if you really want to get to know that game, you know, or that series, this is the place to kind of get it. Ow. Can I jump on them? No. Yeah, I should get 4 because I have a PS Vita TV, and it sounds like that's really Persona 4 the Golden sounds like the standard for Persona games in some ways. So, although I know somebody who thinks Persona 4 is awful. I forget who it is. I don't know if it's U0. Not awful, but that it was undesirable or something. You know what I did do? I did buy another copy of Mach X, but the PS2 release, which is a third-person game. So instead of actually playing a Shin Megami Tensei game, I just keep playing things related to Shin Megami Tensei instead. Alright. Look at all that treasure in there. Let me in. Let me in. Alright. Part of me wants to try to jump through this wall, but I should probably play this video game properly. I figure I have to kill these crap somehow, but I don't seem to be equipped to do so, Okay, you thought that Persona 4 was the best in the series. I don't remember who thought it was, like, one of the worst. Somebody told me to not play Persona 4. I forget who it was. And I was just like, oh, interesting. That's, like, the exact opposite of what I hear from everyone else, which means immediately I'm like, your opinion interests me. Tell me more about how Persona 4 is bad, please. Not bad, but they just thought it wasn't as good as the other Personas. Yeah. Someday, once I get past Final Fantasy 15, I'm gonna finally start tackling some of these RPGs I've been acquiring over the years, and hopefully, bombs don't seem to do anything there. Hopefully, get some actual progress in RPGs. I love RPGs, but I just never ever play them. And Final Fantasy 15 is a big reason why I never played them, because I just felt like I couldn't, like, I felt like I had to. Final Fantasy 15 felt like a game that needed to be addressed, and I really put off starting a lot of JRPGs because of it. But then also Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out along with the DLC, so that took priority over a lot of RPGs. And then Valkyria Chronicles 4 came out, so that took priority as well. So it's been a lot of reasons. So, all right, let's try the Crystal Caves real quick. If not the Crystal Caves, we'll try that door again up there. I'm trying to think if there's any games that are like very clearly like, hey, the Japanese voice actor is or like like they tried to stay too close to the Japanese translation, but I really can only think of cases where they went like didn't go far enough. Like I feel like Gunvolt 2, they either needed to be more faithful to the translation of the Japanese, or they needed to dub it. One or the other, because there's like scenes where a character says just like, or just goes like but then there's like text on the screen, and it's just like this is a weird thing. And then like there's scenes where characters are literally speaking in all English, but none of that English is reflected on the screen. It's all completely different text. So they're like, oh, my super blah 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 blah, and then in the game text it's just like, oh, Gunvolt, I hate you so much or something. Even though he's like yelling something in English completely different. So where did I say I was gonna go? The door. Let me try the door real quick. Yeah. Oh, door's open. Yeah, I feel like one thing I feel really good about over the last, like, I think 3 or 4 years is I feel like I've gotten a lot better at explaining myself with a lot of games, at least in like a written form. So like I feel like I did a good job of saying, A, why I like Team Innocent, B, like what its strengths are as is, and then also C, what makes it hard for other people to enjoy it, and saying, but if you enjoy these things for these reasons, like, I think that's cool. And And I don't know if I mentioned it, Cherie, to you, but I have been working on a Castlevania 64 video the last like 5 months, and I'm getting there with it. It is coming along. There are things. Oh, it's a king. Can I open this? There are things about it that I think I kind of wish were better at times, but I think overall I really have figured out what I want to say about Castlevania 64. Also, what makes it distinct. I think a lot of it comes down to level design, actually, is what a lot of it is. But but at the same time, like, the hard thing, though, is I don't want to sit there and be like, oh yeah, Castlevania 64, this is really cool for all these things, and then, like, not be realistic about what the game is. Because the game has problems, like, for sure. And like, I don't need somebody to agree with me about a game, but I want them to understand how I feel. So I'm not just the dude with a weird opinion. It's like I'm a dude that has like weird standards for games, but people can understand like why I like something. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know. 4 is too lighthearted. I don't remember. Did 4 add like a bunch of slice of life stuff? Is that what it is? I mean, I feel like that series has always been kind of lighthearted to some extent. I mean, it is still Shin Megami Tensei of like devil boys and stuff or something, or devils, you know, being summoned. But I feel like the Persona series in particular, well, these guys are just very sad. Oh, okay, the lava's gone. Does the lava go up and down is the next question. Is that why I'm able to come down here? There we go, okay. I wonder if those guys drink the lava or what? I can't get this camera to fix itself. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm enjoying this game. This game got very bad reviews back even when it came out, but I think this is like perfectly cool and fine. I actually kind of like some of the exploration elements in this game quite a bit. But like, I also understand that a lot of people probably wouldn't like this game very much. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about this game. I think it's pretty cool. I know I'm not saying a lot, but we're also chatting a lot, so. All right, just punch that volcano. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed what you played, especially because you played the, like, I'd say probably the worst part of the game. Again, I think I told you when I was there, that game doesn't ever completely clean up its level design, but it gets better. And there's still like some major problems in that game. Like, I don't know if I told you about it when I was there, but that game just like sometimes doesn't let you grab ledges. And that's kind of important in a platformer focused around grabbing ledges. Oh, it's a cute ghost. I'm gonna punch this cute ghost. Come here, ghost, I wanna punch you. Oh! Alright, where are you gonna pop up? There he is. Push that boy. Okay, I wanted to punch the ghost, but I'll just have to shoot him. Although it seems like he doesn't actually get affected by this stuff. Let's see if I can open this door. I don't know if I'm successful, but I enjoy what I do. Like, I other than like my Spectrobes video, which has like 2,000 views, and my Shaman King video is actually doing okay. But I think that's because Shaman King is somewhat relevant right now. Oh no, it's mimics. You know, I don't know. I mean, admittedly, I might have a higher standard of successful than other people because there was a period of time where I actually was a successful writer to some extent. Like, I didn't make a lot of money from it. I was kind of in a weird position. So I guess I don't want to say successful writer, but there was a period of time where if I didn't get like 30,000 people reading my article, it felt like I was not being successful, you know? And like now, if I get 15 people to read an article. I'm like, yeah! You read my first Kiss Story article. Yeah! Admittedly, I was writing about much more mainstream things back then, so. Oh, it's like flying suits? Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, dang it. I think we're okay, yeah. Sorry, sometimes I gotta scroll up. I don't know if it's like bad stream behavior to scroll up into chat and like stop playing. But I want to see what you guys are talking about. Oh, so the Golden did add a lot of slice of life stuff. So. Well, Zero, you're saying that like you're missing some of the game and you don't really understand it, but I don't know. It's pretty much just this. Like it's like I guess what's most interesting about it so far is that it's like it just has some neat exploration elements to it. Like you don't really go around Mario 64 and like get, I guess you do kind of go around Mario 64 and get power-ups and like revisit places. So maybe I'm wrong in that. I mean, it's definitely no Mario 64, but apparently I have a cutscene going on here. But I think this is like fun. And I think for like a platform that I think a lot of people, you know, don't always. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and say like this is a reason to get a Nintendo 64, but like this is fun. I'm having a good time. But like, yeah, this bomb throw, maybe not the easiest thing to use. Also, that didn't seem to help me very much. If he's taking damage, it doesn't look like it. Alright. I could do boxing gloves, but I feel like that's probably not going to help me. We'll try though. Okay. Alright. So what do I do to... Can I reflect his stuff back at him? Can I shoot his head? No? Is there anything in this room I can use? It is interesting that the, no. It's interesting that the, what's it called? The, like, axe swipe he does is so far off to the side. I feel like I need to hit his back, but he's just never facing away from me. So I don't know when he ever would be backable. Back touchable. Let me try staying close to him and see what... Nope, that didn't really do anything. Oh, I jumped on him! Okay. It's been so long since I had to jump on something, I forgot that was a mechanic of this video game that you could do. So I want to be Carrie Fernandez for this, because she jumps the highest. I don't know what any other names actually are. I like her jump noise though, that's pretty fun. Ow. I might die, but... Oh, he's starting to block it now. Alright, there we go. Oh. Rest in peace, Carrie. Oh, is this the beginning of the level? I mean, these levels aren't that long, but that is a shame. Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel, Shuri, about that Ultra HDMI thing? I was talking about it earlier in the stream, but like, I don't feel like What's-Their-Face has a good reputation. Retron? Like, I think, like, part of me was thinking like, oh, well, if you just want an easy way to like hook a Nintendo 64 up to an HD TV, like, that might be a good solution, but it's like $150 still. So, I don't know. I'd be curious to see... Like, I've definitely seen people who are excited about it, and then say, like, oh, I'm not interested in, like, hooking my old Nintendo 64 up to a TV, though. But I mean, I guess maybe the people who don't want to do research on, like, a Frame Meister or something might... Or, because, like, I don't know. I guess, like, open source scan converter is, like, too much of a what's it called thing, a hobbyist thing right now. And then the, you know... I don't think what's it called are particularly cheap, Frame Meisters. I could be wrong. I don't remember how much they are anymore, to be honest. Oh man, this camera. Stay away from me! So I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like who's it's for, and like the only thing I can think of is who it's for is like the person who goes into like a game store and doesn't know a ton about games, but they just know I loved Nintendo 64 and now I'm 30 years old and can play Doraemon and the Three Fairies, just like I did when I was a young child, and then they're just gonna go blind in this store and they're like, well, how do I hook my Nintendo 64 up to this TV? And you tell them, you know, Ultra HDMI, what's it called, or whatever it's called. Not Ultra HDMI, whatever it's called. Retron HDMI stuff. Go away. Right. He's the proto Chris Redfield punching, instead of boulders, entire volcanoes. You know, I'm scrolling up a little bit, and I see that you say you like my Rodea video a lot, Shuri, and I do. There are things I like about that video, but I have a hard time with rewatching some of my old humor sometimes. Like, I think sometimes I've seen that stuff so much, it's not super entertaining anymore sometimes. Oh, do I already have the key to me? It's like, that's the hard part with writing jokes into my videos, is that, like, so, you know, a normal viewer is only going to see it once. I'm going to see it like 30 times during the editing process, and at some point it becomes much less funny than it originally was. So it's just like, I think I tend to avoid jokes. So what I'm trying to do more, and I think my Castlevania 64 video might have some of this, is I'm just trying to do a lot more subtle things that might be more humorous deliveries that aren't like big long skits or something like that. Like the Rodea one was like a silly thing of circumstance that my power was like messed up. And so I was like, oh, this kind of fits into the theme of what's going on here. Oh, come on. I don't know how to dodge this. Maybe I just need to not stay near him. Okay. Like, he's pretty quick on that, though. Oh, man. Maybe I need to move. Choose someone faster. Oh boy. Oh, well, I won. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I prefer legit hardware as well, if I can. You just hook up to a CRT, right? Right, Shuri? Oh yeah, see you, man, or see you, Alex. Thanks for hanging out. I know it's late for you, so I appreciate your time. I'll look at your website later though, and then and then share it around. So, have a good night. And then we'll see. I don't know. I wonder. I feel like we might be getting fairly close to beating this. There's not a lot more places to go. We have the Crystal Caves. We have the pirate ship. But the pirate ship is just those treasure chests at this point. So unless there's more to it, it seems like kind of it. All right. Trinitron? Yeah. Is the Trinitron a flat screen? I can't remember. I don't know if it had, like, the problem with my flat screen is, I forgot if I got anything. I still have that hula hoop that I haven't done anything with. The problem with my flat screen is, I am missing a lot of items, so maybe... Yamapi... I don't know what that is. The problem with Mini Doraemon. Sorry, my brain is stuck now. The problem with my flat screen is that the edges bend. So like when I play 2D games, it like causes the world to like wrap like you're in a cylinder or something. Because apparently whatever the video technology used inside of it is like made. Okay, so you do have the wrapping, but it's minor. Mine's pretty bad. Like Mega Man X looks like I'm going through some cylinders. So I think we're talking about old curved TVs, which is big ol' CRT boys. So, did I go this way already? Is this just the underwater area? Is that big? Yeah, this just looks like the underwater area. Okay. Wait. Interesting. I can see some stuff floating out there. I don't think it's actually... Whoops. Anything, but... I'm doing a bad job navigating this menu. I need to get back down to the ground, I think, before I can teleport back. But like, you know, old CRT TVs had like the bulb on the front. So it was like curved like this. I don't know, what is it? I don't know, I don't know anything about modern curved TVs. I don't know what the benefit of them are. Is it like so you get more screen space like when you're sitting in front of it, so you don't have that tapering off at the edges? It's not really tapering off, like it's just like, you know, I guess if you have a bunch of people around a couch, it might, I don't know. I'm sure there's reasons for curved screens, I just don't know myself. Oh, this is a thing, I forgot about this. Oh, it does not apparently seem to have any function right now still though. I don't know if the character matters at all. Doesn't seem like it. I'll just double check, but I think everything else in the game has been like, whatever, man, will automatically change to whoever it needs to be. So. Alright. Was there anything? There's like a pirate door in here, or like a weird rat thing. Let me get back in here. Please show me my cylinder. I don't know what my TV is. It's like some cheap Philips TV or something. It's I got it because I was trying to avoid purchasing an upscaler, and you know, like when I streamed my original 1,000 Arm streams, I had a CRT sitting right behind me, and that's how I connected everything. And then I tried to stream Yakuza 2, and that became like a nightmare because my capture card for Yakuza 2 wasn't compatible with, or my capture card I was going to use for Yakuza 2 wasn't compatible with my plugging Yakuza 2 straight into my HD TV did not work because my HD TV did not like 480i. but my capture card that I used for my CRT TV did not like Yakuza 2. So I had to use some other capture card I had, and it just became like some nightmare mess. And that's about the time I bought a Framemeister, because I was like, the amount of time I spent shuffling components around trying to get things to work between a capture card and a TV was very... The money I spent for the Framemeister was worth the time. Definitely. So, but yeah, I can definitely show you a picture of my TV if you want it. I played Mega Man X2 on it, which is why I know the cylinder thing is so bad in that game. So, but I pretty much keep it around for light gun games at this point. I don't really have any other reason for it. So, I'm trying to think of where else we can go. I don't think I've gotten anything new other than that. I don't know what that little like green mountain thing is in my inventory. I could try going back to the Crystal Caves and see if maybe that's for the Crystal Caves. I don't think there's anything back up here. We pretty much did everything we want. And I still don't really know what this nest is for. It's here, but it's just kind of here. Let's go to the Crystal Caves. Alright. But I'm really glad I bought an upscaler. But I think if you're just playing games and not recording anything, a CRT is a fine, cheap way to play old video games for the most part. It's just as long as you have the space for it and the ability to have people help you move it, which is part of the reason why I didn't want to get like a big old CRT here, is that literally the only person I know in Vegas still is my dad for the most part, because I don't really get out. But so it's like if I ever need to do that CRT, the person I have to bother is my dad, and I'd rather not bother him with moving a CRT. So I guess we'll go check the pirate door. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing. The other thing we could consider is the first boss. When you refought the first boss, you got an item from him. It was like that little red Doraemon doll, Mini Doraemon, which I literally don't know what Mini Doraemon does. So we could go try refighting bosses and see if we get items that way. That might be an option here. Anything with this pirate flag thing? I guess not. My nose is giving me a hard time. I haven't really thought too much about like what I'm streaming after this though. Like I don't know if you have any preference, Shuri. I've been kind of kicking around the idea of maybe Glay Lancer or Mega Man X3, or there's one other one, Kid Dracula. If you wanted to see something potentially, I think I asked Zero, and Zero said he said Mega Man X3. I don't remember if Anthony said anything, but I feel pretty good about playing all of them though, so I don't really have any real preference. But Zelda? Oh, I thought you were Shuri saying Zelda, so I was like, why is she saying Zelda? Don't say Zelda, Shuri. I won't even explain it. Zero desperately wants me to go back. Kid Dracula that you prefer? Okay, I will take that into consideration. While choosing another stream game. The next stream is actually going to be, after I finish this game first, is going to be 3DS stuff, because I want to test streaming with the wireless 3DS capture. But I jumped on these guys earlier, right? I am bouncing off them. They do hurt me though. Oh! Maybe it just takes a lot of bounces. I don't know, he's taking a lot of bounces. I don't understand this at all. How did I crush him earlier? I was singing when I did it. I have no idea why this is working. I don't know if it has to do with the singing or if I just have to bounce on enough. I think it has to do with the singing or like the angle I'm hitting him from. Alright, bam. Alright. I think some of these might be mimics probably. Yep. I forgot how I killed him earlier. Was it with punches? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Almost at enough of these little things. I'm gonna guess just an extra life, but although I could use the extra life honestly at this point. Looks like a hearing aid or something, a green hearing aid. Oh, it's a bean. Alright, I think that's gonna... There's a bridge out there that might... Is that? Oh! Alright. So I think that's the bridge. Okay, we're making progress again. I think Mega Man X3 maybe doesn't fit the brand very well, but I just want to play some Mega Man X3. My brand is literally just whatever I'm interested in, which, you know, isn't gonna ever make me the money, but I have a good time. I'm enjoying it. I get to play Doraemon, and I'm having a good time playing Doraemon. This is a cool game. Oh boy, oh boy. That's the thing, like, my uncle got, like, really popular at one point where he was, like, a very popular streamer focused around, Star Citizen, I think it was. And, like, as soon as he was not interested in Star Citizen anymore, he was like, I don't want to do this channel anymore, even though I'm making money from it. Are those shoes? Is that for him? Nope, he's still just a boy. Okay. Unless he just never gets anything. I assume he's gonna get something though. Yeah, so then when he was done with, like, when he started uploading other videos, people were just like, you know, this is cool, but why aren't you making Star Citizen videos? And I can just be like, well, I do whatever I want. It's why I'm not making your videos. Sorry. Okay. Something on fire there. Well, I don't see anything to do here, really. I feel like every time I've left an area, it's been for reasons of I just haven't been observant enough, but... X2 is pretty good. I wasn't a big fan of X1, but I need to revisit it, and I'll need to revisit it anyways to unlock Battle and Chase in that PS2 collection, but I think my problem with X1 is I was just approaching it the wrong way. So I think if I go back and revisit it, I'll like it. But I just gotta take the time to do it. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually playing X3. Is that? Okay. So I think we just want to get out of here right now. I think that's the goal. It's Breath of the Wild, and it's the DLC for Breath of the Wild, the Master Trials, and I got to the hardest Master Trials, and I enjoyed them, but the last one took a long time to get through, and if you die, you have to restart. So I'd get like halfway through the stream and die, and then be like, well, I know I'm not gonna be able to finish this tonight, so I don't know what to do now. So I don't know. I guess it's technically on the list of things, but I was having a hard time too because like I was trying to pay attention to talking, and the Master Trials are pretty intense in terms of like the damage you take. So like I couldn't just sit there and like focus on chatting and stuff during it, which I mean, I don't know. This game's pretty relaxed in those parts. I've been hit a few times while just trying to chill, but mostly fine. The Master Trials are worth it, I think. It's pretty much just Savage Labyrinth. But Savage Labyrinth is cool. We'll see. I don't know. That's the pirate ship down there. I don't want to be down there. I want to plant the bean. That's what I want to do. I'm not gonna swim up. I'm just gonna do this. I don't know. I mean, I could definitely do it, but do I want to do it? It's the next question, and the answer's not really. And my stream brand is whatever I want to do for the most part, so that means it doesn't. I mean, I think about some things like I was saying earlier, like this game is pretty light on text for the most part. The opening actually had quite a bit of text. I was surprised, but like part of the reason I don't stream that many Japanese games is a lot of it's going to be sitting there and me staring at this text for 10 to 20 seconds trying to figure out what it says, and that's not exciting for a stream for the most part. So I do try to think about it in that way, but if I just like don't think that's something will be good for the stream and also actively am indifferent towards playing it, I'm just like, I'm good. It's fine. Oh, is this another, or is, I feel like every time I think it's a friend, it's a monster, but I'm also not seeing anywhere I can go. Oh no, Zero, we'll think about it. I'll think about it. Maybe we'll consider it for the future, but it's definitely not my immediate focus in the same way that doing the second story of spy fiction is also not an immediate focus. Weird. Is this a different level? Huh. Oh jeez, there's so many enemies on screen. Stay away from me. Stay. Go. Oh, that was close. I feel like he's just like a belly flopping to people when you scream at him. Alright. Oh! Do I want to fall? I think I want to fall here. Yeah. It's like a slingshot or something? Okay. Save me, platform. Let's see, is that a... Nope, still nothing for this dude. The most useless of the bunch. What a nerd. I don't think I'll play First Kid Story 2 anytime soon. I already told you, Zero, that game's an imposter game. Hunex didn't make it. I don't know if I'll ever play First Kid Story 2. It was a mistake. That bird just exploded into two birds. I don't know. Yeah, I think there are other visual novels I have that I want to play, like 24 Tokyo. I want to play that eventually. That's the school rumble. I'm a Hunex fan, not a First Kid Story fan, although I do like First Kid Story quite a bit. But it's the same artist as School Rumble, and it has like a nice, like, I guess you'd call like salty detective vibe, but the salty detective's just like this lolly. But it has really good music, actually. I like the School Rumble artist a lot, and author. I don't know if he actually wrote for the game, but it's not in English, so if I play it, it's just gonna be me taking in what I can. All right, yep, the 1-up is what we got. Okay. All right, cool. I didn't think. Oh man, that opened up a lot quicker than I thought it would. I don't remember. Okay, punching is good. I feel like punching is like the most power. This is a terrible camera angle, please. Thank you. feel like punching's the most overpowered thing in this game. Or at least it seems like it does the most damage to things. Okay, got another tree to climb. Got another... Oh. I also like that they don't like die, they just kind of like fade out of existence. Oh. Ah. Is that a chest I missed? Oh, I don't know if I missed that yet. It's like a beaker or something. Alright. So, there's a chest down there. Oh, and there's a platform on this tree that I need to get to. I forgot. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. Nope. Alright. This is the better way to climb up. Yeah, I like all the punching in this game. I like the bomb too, but it just is hard to aim at things. I like that you can kind of like encase yourself in the explosion. You know, I don't watch Angry Video Game Nerd very much anymore, but my friend actually sent me his new like Superman 64 video that he did, which I think he's done Superman 64 in the past, but I think this is like a follow-up on it. There's no way to get back up once we fall down. Is this just the place we started at? So maybe this is like a safe fall too over here. Or maybe it'll be a fast fall and we just... Nope. Wasn't a safe or a fast fall. The teleport back to the beginning level is pretty brutal though. It wasn't so bad in the earlier levels, but in this one it's a little... I mean, these levels still aren't long though, so it's not like that bad, especially since you keep your treasure chest, so we don't have to bother. I mean, literally the tree we were just climbing is right around that corner over there, so I really can't complain too much. I haven't watched most of his recent stuff. I used to be really into it, but I mainly, like, I basically, probably around like 2013, got out of his video game videos and mostly watched his like horror movie stuff. And then after that, I watched like Board Games was kind of my favorite series for a while, and then I kind of fell off after that. But yeah, he makes good stuff. It makes very specific stuff, and he's still very good at making it. Like, I was kind of surprised in the Superman 64 video, like how much he still has that feel of his show. Like, even though he's been through like so much between, like, you know, other projects, making his movie, and like being a part of so many different networks and stuff, he just really has kept that consistency to his show for I don't know how long. But I was actually really excited to like see Superman 64 beyond the ring levels, because that's what I always saw people talk about, and the rest of the game didn't look great, but I was glad to see the rest of the game and like what other kind of design was in that game and like what was kind of interesting about the design, but it mechanically didn't look like it played very well. But in some ways it was actually like super interesting to see, like in a lot of ways, a lot of 3D games are like, hey, we're gonna let you go fast, and you know, we maybe haven't thought too much about how going fast in a 3D game this early on will make you fall through the walls, but you know, you're gonna go fast, and sometimes it's gonna go bad, but that's okay. We're gonna let it go bad sometimes. So that's like a... Let me make sure before I jump down here. Is there anything I want to do before I leave? Okay, well, I don't have a choice now. So I want to jump over here, and then I wanted to drop down on the last one, but don't actually drop at the platform. Just fall down here. Yeah, there we go. It's like a piece of shampoo or something. Is there anything over here? Did I make a mistake coming over this way? I don't know. That kind of looks like the end of the level up there, but now I'm over here. This kind of looks like the end of level 2. Maybe I'm just too far away. Can't actually load this. Hey, Soul, how's it going? You doing good? This kind of is like Doraemon in some ways. I mean, it's a 3D platform on Nintendo 64. You know, there's some melee elements, but about as much as like Mario 64 does. I like that the birds kind of look like flying Goombas. Well, this kind of feels like the beginning of the level. But I think that's a different bridge from the beginning of the level, right? No, this is the beginning of the level. We are back at the beginning of the level. Okay. So I needed to turn around and get that treasure chest at the start of the game, or when I started, and I didn't do that. That's what it was. I got all mixed up. So the end of the level is up there. So we're good. Or not good, but I know where I am. But yeah, this is cool. I haven't played Doraemon Mystical Ninja yet. Or yeah, I don't remember what year what game was. Was it 97? I know it's pre-Ocarina of Time. Hey, Mystic, how's it going? Ah. All right. Stomp on the little bird Goombas. All right. But yeah, this game's been okay so far, and there's like 3 of them too, so I'm gonna guess they're all fairly similar. This is the first one, so I can't say that they get better, but I would assume they would get at least somewhat better. Mama! I say that, but I am of the mind that Castlevania 64 Legacy of Darkness is not as good as, whoops, I want to be, this is not as good as, actual Castlevania 64, so that assumption shouldn't be made. But yeah, I think I might import the rest of these, actually. If they're not that expensive, I mean, I paid like $3 for this one, I think. So, it's not bad. I really need a more efficient way to play Nintendo 64 imports. Right now, I don't have like a converter, or I haven't like modified my system. So I basically just remove the back of the cartridges every time I want to play a game and switch it out with an American back. So, which is fine, but it's just, you know, not a great long-term solution since I have to manually replace these backs on all these carts all the time. Not all the time. It's not like I'm playing N64 imports every day. He's coming for me. Oh, I think he has a little bow on his head. Look at that. He's got a little pink bow. It's cute. Where am I going? Here. Ooh, that was scary. Alright. This is where I thought I was earlier, but I wasn't actually here. Go! You can help me with that? What is the solution tree? Because I know there's like adapters and stuff, but yeah, or if you guys sell something at Game Haven, I would definitely be willing to Jesus, this camera. I will definitely purchase from you if you think you have something good. I always want to support people who do that stuff, I guess. Like, whenever I go to a game store, even if there's like nothing I really want, I try to buy some stuff. But, you know, in saying that, I'm buying like, you know, $5 to $10 video games. So I'm very rarely showing up in there and like buying something that's actually. I don't know where game stores make their money. I guess you know better than me. Like, I don't know if they make money on everything or if it's like specific types of games they make money off of or specific price points. Do I even need to be here? Yeah, I do. Okay. Okay, yeah, just definitely, just let me know. I'll definitely pay, you know, whatever you guys charge in excess as well for going out of your way to ship it to me, for sure. I always, I always have to give, dang it. I didn't want to fall here. I always have to give Vink a hard time because he's like, sometimes he'll just be like, I'm going to give you this game at cost. And I'm like, Vink, no. Upcharge me, please. I really want you to make some money. Like, because if you're not making money and you stop, you know, close shop, then I can't continue to use you. And like, I don't know. I like if you're someone I know, I want you to be successful and stuff. And I don't know. Like, I don't want to feel like a moocher, I guess. But it's also like difficult when like I think it really depends on like the friend level. Like I think me and Vink get along, we talk, but I don't, at least for me, I wouldn't say that we are friends, but I don't know, maybe it feels differently, but I don't know. He has a lot of Famicom Dojo people that he knows, so I'm gonna guess I fall into that group. I don't know, like I care about him being successful and stuff, I guess. And so I would know you guys are shutting down physical shop, but I would definitely be interested in like buying stuff from your online store. So, although I will say, and this is one thing I really like about Vink's store for import stuff, is that he basically posts pictures of what he has. So I know that's probably a lot more work. So I don't want to sit there and be like, hey, I would prefer it to be this way, and then like, you know, I barely buy anything and other people don't care. But like for online stores, it is good to like be able to sit there and see like the front, the back, and like, you know, the description of the quality of the case. So thankfully I feel like Japanese games are very clean most of the time, where I feel like whenever I go to a game shop in America, it is a little funky sometimes. Like sometimes there's just like a layer on games and I don't know why. Like admittedly, like I'm getting games from my mom's house right now that I had when I was out there as a kid, and like after 10 years of being in that nightmare house, they all kind of have a layer on them, and I'm trying to get rid of that layer as much as possible. So it's 9:30. I didn't even realize it. So I guess this is where we're gonna wrap up. So let's finish whatever's going on here, and then and I'll call it a night. And I guess we'll keep playing next week too. All right. I don't have any lives, so I don't know what happens when we game over. If we go back to the save point we last put, so what's going on here? Am I jumping on you? There we go. So I think I don't want to be on this tallest platform. I think I want to stay down on a lower platform and then have him come down to me, and then I'll go up a platform. Jeez. Going for it, huh? Got him. I think I blind hit him that time. Ow. Ah, dang it. Alright, this is not going so well on this platform for me. Oh. Okay. Ow. Yeah, I wonder if like oh boy. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm boss fighting. Oh! Jesus. Ah, oh, dang it. Oh, what are these spinning wind things? Oh, you're so low. I want to jump on you. Where'd he go? Oh, man. It's been so long since I hit him. Well, I guess I just hit him right then, but it's been a while. Yeah. Oh, that ledge is scary. I didn't want to go too far. Oh, dang it. I feel like I gotta be close. Let's get up a platform. Ow. But I am also close to dying, so... Oh, geez, the last macaron thing or whatever it is. Oh, this frame rate! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Oh, dang it. Oh. Alright. Well, I guess that's a good place to stop tonight. We will revisit that boss. But yeah, I'm actually, I don't know if I would... In some ways, it's exactly what I expected, but I'm also enjoying it, so I guess I'm happy I enjoyed it. Like, I guess my feeling is that it could have gone worse. There's ways to save. My hope is that we've been saving. It looked like I was saving. Yeah, we're good. Unfortunately, I don't remember how far back this is, but I felt like I felt like I've been saving frequently enough. So I think this is... I have the bean, which I think is like right before I came here. And then I planted that bean and then went up to that sky area. So I think I just stopped right before the sky area, basically. So we're good. It's not a very long game, though. Like, you can see on the title screen there. You know, it's pretty funny. I was watching that Google Stadia stream earlier, and it has like the Destiny 2 trailer in there, and there's like some lady who's like, it was like, in order to battle the darkness, we'll have to rely upon something or something like that. And then I had Doraemon turned on and the audio feeding through my PC, and I didn't realize, like, my sound is low enough that I wasn't hearing any of the background noise. But then all of a sudden, like, at the end of the trailer, when it's, like, fading a background in, Doraemon just goes, Doraemon! So it sounded like it was saying, like, Doraemon was the way to battle the darkness or something in Destiny. But yeah, we're at 18 out of 32 things, it looks like, items. I think that's supposed to be, like, Doraemon's little pouch with little things in it, so looks like we're maybe halfway-ish through the game. Yeah, so it looks like it's shards of those things too. So I'm not getting entire crystals. So I have two green shards and one blue shard. And it looks like maybe it's 4 shards per crystal, possibly. This dude is almost finished with the game, or he beat the game. I don't know. I assume almost finished. I assume you need all 3 crystals to beat the game, but yeah, this is fun. I'm glad I'm playing it, and I'm sure we'll play it next week. And then once we're done with this, I'll hopefully at that point have all the 3DS stuff set up. Because of for some of that stuff, because I have to download like ROMs for some of that digital stuff because I can't like transfer that over to my 3DSs at all to stream it really. But at least with the physical copies, I can just plug those straight in, and I think the save files retain between systems on 3DS with cartridges, so I should be able to play anything that I have with the save file on it reasonably. But I don't have a lot of 3DS physical games with me, unfortunately. That's mostly back in Florida right now. So, anyways, thanks for coming. I appreciate you guys spending your time here. And yeah, sure, I'll definitely let me know about the adapter, and I will do my best to purchase it from you. It probably makes sense to do that, so I can reassemble my copy of Extreme G, so it doesn't have a Japanese backing anymore. Because Extreme G is very important to be ready to be played at any moment. So, and thanks for coming, Zero. Appreciate it. I'm glad you got your Persona Q2 thing working. So, that's it. You guys have a good night. Bye.